What the fuck?
Hello and welcome to Tastes Like Tea, a podcast in which I talk about myself. My name is Theo. Don't call me Ted. I just I left my car running on my lunch, which was 5 seconds ago. I kept my car running for half an hour. But I just got back in the car, clocked back in, clocked out right after. And now I'm making a podcast. I'm doing myself a little drive along today because I was told that my partner isn't getting out of work until a little later, so I'm not sitting in the car for 3 hours. So I'm at least going to be a little productive. I'm going to run down to the library and grab myself a movie. Maybe I'll run in and feed the cats. We'll see. Canada's on fire again for some reason. I don't know how that keeps happening, but New Jersey is really hazy. I can only imagine what it's like over there. I wish it would stop happening though, because I thought one of the big things about the East Coast is that this shit doesn't happen that often. Anyway, hello. I am a person that is going to be talking about stuff, I guess. Anythingbutted@gmail.com if you want to reach out to me. You could tell me to, not talk and we could just sit in silence for an hour. You could do whatever you want. I don't really care. I am a person. I exist. I have a perspective. My life experiences are not your life experiences. There you go. Anything I can perceive is hypothetically nothing you could. My experiences happen in a certain order, and they definitely didn't happen for you in that exact order. Whatever. I shouldn't say I feel repetitive. That's the whole point of saying these things on a podcast, is the fact that I can just ramble off some stuff. But anythingbutted@gmail.com, that's probably the one thing that I can say fluently without having to second guess myself. Anythingbutted@gmail.com. So, do that. Today I'm going to be talking about a single film. A film I've been kind of sitting on for, it's not really that long. I think it's only been has it been 2 weeks? I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been 2 weeks since I last watched this film, but I really wanted to talk about it. I actually didn't even have to second guess myself about it. I quite literally just, while I was at work, I'm I'm gonna talk about it today. And then I haven't even opened my diary at all today. I think I opened Letterboxd this morning to post my In the Cut review on my Instagram story, but that's kind of it. But yeah, so I'm going to be talking about Pain and Gain, directed by Michael Bay today. A film that I had no idea existed until this year. A film that I had no idea anything about. This film, quite literally for me, came out of nowhere. But it's one of those things. It's kind of my first experience with this. I don't know what it's actually called, but where you get something and now you start noticing that everybody has it. My first experience with that was Modern Warfare 2, where I maxed out the Scar H and got the urban camo. I think that's what the final camo is. The hardest one to get, the FMJ kills. I finally got them all, maxed out my Scar H, and then I moved on to something else because I'm I don't like to play a game when there's no goals. So while I was grinding something else, maybe the TAR, everyone just ended up using the Scar H. Turns out video games have metas, and some people pay attention to that shit. I, however, was 13, 12, and I was out here just trying my best. I was just playing with guns I liked, and that was the thing. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about Pain and Gain. And like I said, now that I'm aware of it, it's kind of not everywhere. I can't say that I know anybody who's heard of this film. I don't think I know a single person who's watched this film, at least personally. I have a few acquaintances I've made on... I never know the line between acquaintances, friend, and whatever. I say my friends on Letterboxd, but the way some people I hear on the internet talk about, like, what their definition of friendship, I never really know for sure if that's the correct term. But someone I follow on Letterboxd, actually the first person I ever followed on Letterboxd besides Dave Jackson, because he's the one who got me on the app, was it E.M. Lees, I believe is his account name. He has the Phantom of the Paradise a profile picture and a profile banner. One, you should read his Cat in the Hat live action film review, because it's an art piece. It's quite literally like one of the best things I've ever read, both because it is enlightening, impassioned, and just well written. I really like the way E.M. Lees writes, and I had a conversation with him at some point, which really excited me, because like I see people on the internet that have like a decent amount of followers, and I just assume that there's no chance that they'll interact with me for some reason. But Letterboxd is the kind of community where I guess that really doesn't matter. I mean, I talked to Micah, if you know Horror Micah. I mean, it seems like almost everybody on the fucking app follows that person. Well, yeah, E.M. Lees made a list. I'm saying it like it's like I'm confidently sure that that's the guy's username, but I'm not entirely sure. He made a list called Gonzo Cinema, and I mean, I've heard the word Gonzo before, but I've never understood what it meant. So I mean, I was scrolling through his list, and like I've seen a good chunk of it. I've seen like 20 to 30% of the films that he's put on that list, and I just couldn't fathom the idea of what the fuck Gonzo Cinema meant. For example, he had Transformers Dark of the Moon on it, and he had Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 on it. And those, it just like threw a wrench in my thinking process, because like I've seen those films and I don't know how they could be related in any way with like whatever Gonzo means. And I believe the terms he used in the description of it was like bombastic, over the top, exaggerated, but like with a political drive, I guess. Like it's kind of like chaos with a message, if you will. And I can't say I fully grasp the concept. I mean, obviously I'm trying to explain it, and I just don't have like the actual vocabulary. I'm trying to quote a guy that I don't even know the words that he said precisely. So Pain and Gain was on that list, and I told him, I was like, hey, can you like explain this to me? He gave me like a little bit of reasoning. I asked like, why aren't certain films on his list that might correlate with the word Gonzo, that I mean, at the time I had no concept of it. So I was just kind of like, why isn't Halloween 1 by Rob Zombie not on this list? And why isn't Revenge of the Fallen on the list? Both those films are absolutely insane. And his specific response for that was that those were intended to be entries in a franchise and nothing more. I don't necessarily know if I entirely agree with that on the Michael Bay level, because my man's been angry with 9/11 since Pearl Harbor, and that came out before 9/11. He was really just like hoping something America could have. He wasn't hoping, but so Pain and Gain is a film that exists. It stars some of the most. It's one of the most dude movies I've ever seen. Whenever I watch a Michael Bay film, I usually not usually. In the past, I'm pretty sure I've used terms like have you ever thought about men, which is a thing I love to start. start a review with. And Michael Bay films garner that question: have you ever thought about men, dudes, guys doing things? This film is the embodiment of that question. Do you ever think about men? And obviously, it's not asked in a like directed way that is both either homophobic or homoerotic in any way. It's quite literally just like, this film is a movie about dudes. It stars, is that somebody's fucking CD just like floating around? So it stars Marky Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Anthony Mackie, who all play completely buff dudes that are just like, they're in it. Marky Mark plays a fitness coach at like a dude gym, where he just does like dude stuff, and he's like, I love working out. It's a passion of mine. Like, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is like a religious dude that he's religious because he got in trouble and like decided to convert to like whatever, but he's also obsessed with working out and mega buff. And then Anthony Mackie is kind of just like Marky Mark's sidekick. He's just like an ultra buff dude that loves Marky Mark. He's like, this guy knows what he's doing in his life, and I want to be like him. Very much like a Donnie to a Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street. A very similar kind of vibe. So these three dudes, they're not together in the very beginning. The film actually starts with the ending scene, which is interesting. But this film is about a true story, which is fucked. I really want to know the details because I want to know how true the true story is. I have a feeling that Michael Bay may have exaggerated like how things played out, but I'm almost certain that this feels very other than it being a Michael Bay film, it feels grounded enough to where like I could believe that all of this stuff happened. Maybe not like to a T, but it's really plausible in the way that it's done. And I need to read into the actual crime because I'm truly interested in it. It happens in Florida. This is a quite literally Florida Man, the movie, which I think is hilarious. But Marky Mark is working at a gym, and he meets Tony Shalhoub, fucking Adrian Monk, or Minion if you're a fan of Spy Kids. And he's just like an ultra rich, weak man who's like, I want to get buff. And Marky Mark is like, cool, I will get you buff. And he kind of sucks. Not entirely. He's a personable person. Like, he talks, he has good conversations with them, but when it comes down to it, he's just a rich asshole. And Marky Mark wants to make money. He believes in the American dream, and the American dream is that if you work hard, you deserve money. And he's worked hard, therefore he deserves money. And he sees the opportunity to say, hey, this is how I can get money quick, easy, and effectively. So he gets a team together. Marky Mark, Anthony Mackie, and then eventually Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson get together as like a crew, and they kidnap Tony Shalhoub. They kidnap him and hold him for weeks. Fucking weeks. I want to say like 3, maybe 4 weeks minimum. But like, when they captured him, they basically covered their asses. They did some smart shit. For some muscle bros, they were doing some pretty smart shit. So like, they covered their asses really well, and they basically gaslit the world into thinking that Tony Shalhoub was like on vacation or something, and that's why he wasn't returning any calls. And they just like fixed his life to make it look like he wasn't missing. and then basically just like tortured him until he signed his assets away to them. And then they let him go, and the cops don't believe him because when you say bodybuilder ninjas kidnapped me for multiple weeks and held me hostage to sign away my entire life, the cops are like, that's fucking dumb. Like, that makes no sense. This dude sounds psycho. Also, Tony Shalhoub, I don't know what nationality he is actually, but in America, he's not white. Therefore, he's not trustworthy. This is a film about America, by the way. As I mentioned, it's the American dream. He's living it. This film is mega patriotic. And I hope I can get to the end of Michael Bay's filmography one day, because my man was trapped in Transformers hell for 3 movies straight. He spent basically every movie since Bad Boys 2. He got fucking professionally castrated with after Bad Boys 2 to do fucking, I like that term that I use, professionally castrated, because that's exactly what it is. He got thrown into forcibly PG-13 films. The first one may even be PG, honestly, I'm not sure, but at least PG-13 films for teenagers, and he was forced to abide by those rules, and he pushed them a little bit. I mean, look at, Dark of the Moon. Dark of the Moon is fucked, but like, once he was released and he got to make an R-rated film again, he went all out, and Pain and Gain is that film. So like, it's everything I like about Michael Bay. The absolute ridiculousness of his filmmaking is just like, it's so crazy, and it's literally like he's been holding a grudge of 9/11 since it happened, and when they said no, Bad Boys 2 went too far, you got to do Transformers, he got fucking, he was still doing America-ass, like, propaganda shit because he loved America, or at least that's what it looks like. Or maybe he's critiquing America through the perception of exaggerated love or whatever. But, my man fucking, he went all out. That's genuinely the best way to put it, because this film is unrelenting in every possible way. Like, it's fucking hilarious in the darkest ways possible. It's dumb as shit. There's literally a fucking shit joke. Like a dude literally just like poops on the floor, and like that's a joke. And it's just so ridiculous that it just like, it's jaw-dropping, it's shocking, it's fucking, it's beefy, I think might be a great way to describe the film. Because like these dudes are just muscled the fuck up. Apparently this is around the time that Marky Mark said that 9/11 would have gone down differently if he was on that plane. And you know what? After this film, I kind of fucking believe him. I think he's telling the truth, because like that's the kind of shit that like Marky Mark in that film was just so broed up, so dude-centric. And he like became like the HOA, like an HOA member for like a really weird white community that trusted him to death. And like, it was just so all over the place. It's weird. What was I talking about though? Pain and Gain. I don't even know if I was talking about anything specifically, but Michael Bay is just fucking crazy, man. And I'm so happy. Not that I'm done with his Transformers films. I'm still going to rewatch his old ones, and I still have at least 2 to go. Age of Extinction, I believe it's called, and then The Last Night. But though I'm watching all his films in release order. So, I'm not going to get to the... Actually, well, I think the next film for me is Transformers, but... I got like Ambulance and stuff like that. So, yeah, they kidnap this guy. It's hilarious. It's fucking... there's a point towards the end of the film where they like accidentally kill a dude, and like quite literally, like accidentally is the best way, because it's really just like, oops, like oh no, it shouldn't have gone down this way, stop it, no, and it just and it's like, it's not over the top, it just happens, and you're just sitting in there in the room with Marky Mark going like, shit, what's gonna happen now? And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson like busts in going like, hey, what the fuck are we gonna do? I think that's what was going on. Anthony Mackie's like banging some dude's wife. Anthony Mackie's a chubby chaser, by the way. It's like a core part of his character is that he loves fat women. So like he's obsessed with losing weight, but he's also obsessed with women that gain weight, which is interesting, I guess. I mean, it's not uncommon, I guess. It kind of makes a lot of sense. But they accidentally kill a dude or something, and they're like freaking the fuck out. They're in the room like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And one of them, I think it was Marky Mark, goes like, all right, man, I need to calm down. I need to put in a couple of reps. And he just picks up a weight and just starts fucking working out. And he's like, all right, I need to calm the fuck down. And he's just he's pulling weights. Like it's so good. Jesus Christ. The amount of road work going on in this area sucks. I should say constantly, because it's not even in this area. So, yeah, I mean, when the film isn't, I shouldn't say when it isn't, it's doing it all the time. It's just constantly just like masculinity incarnate. And, yeah, they let Tony Shalhoub out, you know, he goes to the cops like, you're fucking lying, you're a brown man. We really think we're gonna believe that a bunch of ninjas kidnapped you for a few weeks? Like, no one even reported you missing. Like, you're obviously lying to us. Which, you know, like, racist cops in Florida, that sounds right, you know? Yeah, and then Tony Shalhoub like hires, I don't remember who it is. It's a really famous dude though, Matt Frayer maybe or something like that. No, but it's not him. But some older white man, he gets hired as like a PI to go investigate the buff dudes. He kind of like outs them and figures out their thing pretty quickly. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has a drug addiction issue, which makes him blow through his money, which makes them want money more again, and then they do a second robbery, which is where they fuck themselves over. Yeah, it's a lot. It's like a 2-hour, 15-minute movie, and it's loaded to the gills with fucking stuff to think about. It's truly like. When I get paid tomorrow, I think I'm immediately ordering the Blu-ray Steelbook off of eBay. I found one for like $10, and I am dead set on getting it because I don't think I could live without this movie in my shelf. It's truly like one of the. I thought The Rock and Bad Boys 2 were his best films. I think that Pain and Gain might be Michael Bay's best film. And I don't know why it's in the bottom half of his films. Like, I don't get it. Clearly, either people aren't getting it, or people are really offended by it, which means it's that much better. Everyone knows that if art offends, it's doing its work. And Michael Bay is definitely pushing some buttons with this film for sure. I'm pulling up to the library now, so maybe let's add like a little pretense of where I can like leave off. So the cops don't believe him. Honestly, let's leave it there. So the cops don't believe him, and Tony Shalhoub is out to get them. He really wants them to be. He really wants justice. He doesn't even care about justice. He just wants his money back. he's kind of a selfish prick that way. So where he doesn't even care about the fact that it's somebody stealing. It's the fact that it's his money that was stolen. I don't even think there's anything much to add to it. I mean, I've kind of ranted about like my opinions for, it's 25 minutes, huh? Well, here, how about I pause this? We went through the movie. It's absolutely outstanding. If you don't want to watch it, you better fucking... You should. You should want to watch it. Because I almost want to rent it from the library again. Which is where I got it. You know, like I rented it from the library just because I'm like, oh, this is my next Michael Bay film. I'll watch it. And then I watched it and the power went out. And that's how I'm pretty sure you should have listened to my 4th of July double feature by now. And that's what happened right after that. I watched Pain and Gain. I lost power. Then I did my 4th of July double feature of Shark and Porn. Yeah, so I will be right back. I'm going to ask about how much time I have left on this book, because I'm on like the last 75 pages of it. I was asked if I'm going to talk about the book. I might. I don't really know exactly how I would without watching the film it's about, but we'll see. I'll be right back, though. All right, well, I just got out of the library. I spent a little bit longer in there than I wanted to, but walked out with 3 movies, as per usual. I got 2 I've never seen before, and 1 I just haven't seen in a while. I got Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Possibly one of my favorite Miyazaki's. Pandarum, which I've only seen the poster of a million times. I have no idea what the fuck it's about. It's pitch black on an abandoned ship 500 miles from Earth. For crew member Corporal Bauer. Vision of Terrors. Alright, so it's a horror movie. Horror movie about space. And then I got a really weird shot in the dark for me. I got Dario Argento's Phantom of the Opera. Starring Asia Argento. So that's cool. I'm excited for those. But yeah, that's I guess that's it. I said I was gonna come back and talk about it, and then I said I wasn't gonna come back and talk about it. But yeah, that's Pain and Gain, and that was my poll for the library. And yeah, anythingbutted@gmail.com if you want to reach out to me and tell me what that I should have a more consistent runtime for my episodes, because this is arguably one of the shortest ones I've ever done. You could email me about movies that you know I've watched that I haven't talked about yet, because I watch more movies than I talk about. And the more time goes on, the less what I watch is I do, the more films that I have that I haven't spoken about yet. So, you know, that's totally a thing. So, you know, reach out to me at anythingbutted@gmail.com. I am a person, you know. You will get a human response, which apparently is something people look forward to, sort of, nowadays. I was just on you just fell on me. How'd that sound? I just got stuck talking to a fucking robot for my internet the other day, and it was really offensive, because it's just... outside of me being smarter than the robot, you know, you can't get anywhere in customer service if there's no service being performed by anybody. But yeah, that's a thing, and you won't get that from me. You'll get delayed responses, probably spelling errors, bad formatting, and human thought. You know, which is all I got. I'm a person. I exist. I have a perspective, all that stuff. Weird to say it twice in an episode, but it's weird that I have an episode shorter than 30 minutes, so I guess this is me padding it out a little bit. I am stopping at home real quick, so, you know, that's where these extra few minutes are coming from. I'm technically still driving around, and you're driving along with me. You know, the drive along, however it goes. Yeah. I guess that's it. I really want to talk about video games soon. I just need to figure out how or what. It might just be like an aimless ramble, but it might not be. It might be a legitimate conversation that we have, so that could be cool. And like I said, I'd like to finish this book. I got updated. I still have at least a week left on the book, so hopefully I could finish it by then. I only have 75 pages left, but I only read generally when I'm at work, so I'm really hoping I might have to power through it and just like pump out a few pages just like whenever I get a chance, just to kind of ensure I get it done in time. But yeah, I guess that's it. You have been listening to Taste Like Tea, a podcast about me am I am me, me and tea. Thank you.